Hi, I'm James. Welcome back to Pedal Paddle Pace. This is where we use the outdoors for positive mental health, recharging the batteries, and just getting out there, trying a few adventures. This is going to be day one of the NE250. We're starting off at Glenshee at the ski centre. We're going to be tackling 2 Munros, and we're the professional climber today. Mrs. Pedal Paddle Pace is just getting the bags ready, so I'm going to get my gear on and we'll see you up on the hills. Hope you enjoy this one. Hi, future James here. Let's go for a walk. I'll explain as we go. I thought it was best to explain that this one's not going to finish the way we would anticipate, unfortunately. We're about 5 days now after shooting up at Glenshee. Unfortunately, when we were heading on to our next location, which would have been Speyside, we ran into some mechanical difficulties. The car gave out on us in the middle of nowhere. I say the middle of nowhere, literally in the middle of nowhere. Thankfully, we did manage to get a garage. Rather expensive, but it brought us back home. And that was the most important thing. You know, getting back to safety, getting back to where we needed to be so that we could then work out how the car was going to get repaired. Now, the reason for Pedal Paddle Pace was exactly this. You know, positive mental health, getting outdoors, outside the comfort zone, and having those adventures. I mean, these things happen. Nobody ever plans for a breakdown. And when it does happen, I suppose it's how you deal with it. I think if I'd gone back a couple of years and had to deal with this, my mindset would have been very different. When life throws you lemons, make lemonade, as they say. But it just goes to show that things happen out with your control. The greatest of adventures can have hiccups on their first day, but it's how we bounce back, it's how we adapt from it. The car will get fixed. It'll be in a better position, I hope, for going forward. And whilst I deliberated over actually posting the video, I was going to go and shoot something else. What's the point? Show it how it is. You're still going to see the hills on this one. Still going to be the usual me, because none of these problems have happened yet. But we will make sure that we get back up north again. We will continue on the plan of getting back to Whisky Country. This is the second time now that I should have been there, and the second time that something stopped me from being there, so third time lucky, I'm hoping. So this was future James, just giving you a little bit of insight into what happened. I'll let you get back to viewing. Hopefully you'll enjoy the remainder of the video. If you do, a wee thumbs up and a click on the subscribe button. It'd really be appreciated. Here we go then. First of the Munros. First one for me anyway. As I said a few episodes ago, it's about getting fitter now. So, camera away, let's get climbing. We'll see you a bit further up there. First Munro at 50. Let's have some beers. So that was our first Munro, or my first one I should say. The views up there were stunning. we're going to bag a second Munro now. You can maybe see over on the distance. This is the first task, or the first part of our adventure. As I said, we're heading up for the Northeast 250. It's the lesser known route around Aberdeenshire, 250 miles as opposed to the North Coast 500. It still touches on some nice areas, obviously. We're going to be heading up to the Moray coast and maybe just stopping off a few of the places that we never managed to do when we did our 3-day Highland adventure in previous episodes. We're going to be looking out for the Sculptor's Cave on this or the next episode. We're going to be heading up Speyside. We're going to be checking out some of the distilleries there. Some of the best whiskey comes from Speyside. Maybe that's just my opinion though. I'm not one that likes the smoky whiskies. I like the sweeter ones. What's your favourite? Maybe put your answer in the comments below. And if you do like this content, why not consider a like or a subscribe? As always, you help the channel to grow, and more people watching gives me more opportunity to make more episodes. I have alluded in previous episodes to the voluntary work that I do outside of my main job. I work for a men's mental health support and suicide prevention group. It's called Andy's Man Club. It actually just had its 10-year anniversary. Helps a lot of men all over the country. I'll put a link into the comments below for Andy's Man Club. But something that I spoke about before was the mask that we sometimes wear. You know, we hide behind the mask or a bit of bravado, but when the mask drops, you can see the problem sometimes. I was trying to live a bit healthier. As we'd said, I was needing to get fit to be climbing these hills and taking on the tasks that are involved, I suppose, with making these videos. So me trying to live healthier and having a salad, I only went and chipped my front tooth on an olive. You couldn't have write this stuff, honestly. So now, it feels like there's a bit of a chink in the armour, in all honesty. I wear my mask to hide the anxiety and everything else that happens, but I'm quite self-conscious as well. So now, waiting for dentist appointments, get it fixed, and get back to smiling again. I think that's the biggest part of it. It's difficult to try and hide it. So this is day one of our adventures. Unfit me with a semi-professional climber up ahead, and I'm just trying to keep up, finding my pace though. There's something about getting up to the top of the hill. It's that sweet reward that you made it. But my gosh. So another Munro then. Bit windy, I think the wind's blowing out of my sail as well. So are we really at the top of the Munro? Or should we be climbing that in the background? First Munro at 50. 2 Munros before lunch. I think that's pretty decent going. But it's time to make that journey back down again. Actually make out the hills of Fife in the background there. East and West Lomond. West Lomond to the right hand side there, right off in the far distance. If you want a closer look at that one though, be sure to check out the Bunnet Stane and West Lomond episode. We climbed that one. That was the first of our hills. That's a Marilyn, I believe. But today, it's away for the Marilyns and it's all about the Munros. Proof that we walked back down as well. We never got the chairlift. I'm a bit fear of the heights when it comes to things anyway, so keep my feet on the ground and keep heading back down. So this is just making the final descent. The wind eases off a wee bit when we get further down the hill. It's been an enjoyable climb. Never caught too much film on the way up for obvious reasons, but certainly it's a bit easier to multitask on the way back down again. Made it back down the hill again, didn't we? So on we go. Quick break stop and then back on the travels. So that's us refueled then at tea at the Shee. Really good food, great prices as well. But that's us filled up and ready to hit the road again. So next stop, we're heading into Whisky Country and heading up to Speyside. Future James again. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. And why not have a wee look at the back catalogue if you haven't already. And until next time, keep those batteries charged and check your suspension regularly.